Now at 6 and streaming on crossroadstoday.com, Seadrift City Council will review the status of Police Chief Marie Carrizales, who has been suspended since June 25th. Plus more details and questions following former President Trump's attempted assassination, this as he makes his selection for vice president. And thousands in Houston remain without power in the aftermath of Hurricane Beryl.
Well, for us, the sun finally came out, got some sunshine. Of course, that gives you the warmer temperatures. But later this week, I do see a couple of days of additional shower activity. No storms, just some nice little garden variety showers. So we'll be talking about that coming up in just a moment.
And the Generals try to stay hot as they enter the home stretch of the season. Highlights and more from sports.
You're watching 25 News now at 6. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Don Brubaker. Karina Garcia has the night off. Tonight, the city of Seadrift will review the status of its police chief. The city suspended Chief of Police Marie Carrizales on June 25th. City council members are about to start meeting at 501 South Main Street in Seadrift. Chief Carrizales was hired full-time on May 3rd, 2023. She joined the department in November of 2021 part-time. Victoria County deputies arrested a 79-year-old man Friday. James Harrison of Victoria is charged with aggravated sexual assault of a child. He is in the Victoria County Jail in lieu of $100,000 bond. Victoria police arrested a 44-year-old man Saturday. Oscar Hinojosa of Kennedy is facing a charge from Karnes County of having a prohibited substance in a correctional facility. He is in the Victoria County Jail in lieu of $60,000 bond. Victoria County deputies arrested a 46-year-old man Friday. Jason Dearson of Victoria is charged with manufacture and delivery of a controlled substance. He is in the Victoria County Jail in lieu of $50,000 bond. Victoria County deputies arrested a 27-year-old man Saturday. Joe Vela of Victoria is charged with manufacture and delivery of a controlled substance. He is in the Victoria County Jail in lieu of $50,000 bond. Point Comfort Police and Calhoun County deputies arrested a 20-year-old man Friday. Dominic Rodriguez is charged with evading arrest and detention and violation of probation, harassment of a public servant. He is in the Calhoun County Jail in lieu of $65,000 bond. And DeWitt County deputies arrested an 18-year-old man Friday. Ryland Herrera is charged with theft of property and engaging in organized criminal activity. He is in the DeWitt County Jail in lieu of $90,000 bond. Thousands in Texas are still without power due to Hurricane Beryl. Power was knocked out in Houston and areas along the Texas Gulf Coast in the wake of the recent Category 1 last Monday. Governor Abbott threatened to issue an executive order forcing CenterPoint Energy to improve its reliability and its level of storm preparedness if the company fails to address his concerns in the wake of Beryl.
The failure of power companies to provide power to their customers is completely unacceptable. Power companies along the Gulf Coast must be prepared to deal with hurricanes, to state the obvious.
PowerOutage.us reports as of Monday afternoon, more than 193,000 customers were without power across Texas, and more than 260,000 of those are in CenterPoint customers. And now let's take a first look at your forecast. Here's First Warn Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Mac Pettis. Mac, I've been looking at the numbers too, and so far we're not seeing any kind of power problems in the crossroads.
Well, we're fortunate that we don't have any stormy weather to deal with for the next couple of days. In fact, about 7 days. Hopefully that'll get the crews out there to get everything fixed up and patched up. Today we finally saw a little bit of sunshine. I mean, we'd been on the overcast side, but you know, I had called for a heat wave. I don't think I'm gonna have to pull that forecast back because we've got actually a good shot at getting more shower activity around here. No severe weather, but a few more showers would be helpful. We'll be talking about that coming up in just a moment. Back to you, Don.
All right, Mac, thank you. It's the Republican National Convention's first day, and former President Trump made his choice for vice president. Tonight's events are still expected to focus on the economy, even after Saturday's shooting at the Trump rally in Pennsylvania.
Republicans gathering in Milwaukee to formally nominate former President Donald Trump as their GOP presidential candidate. This just 2 days after he survived an assassination attempt at a rally in Pennsylvania. The roll call is a formality.
The great state of Iowa proudly cast all of its 40 votes for President Donald J. Trump.
As the former president clinched the nomination in March. And we now know who will be running alongside Trump as his choice for vice president. Trump choosing Ohio Senator J.D. Vance as his running mate. Security at the RNC a top concern after the assassination attempt this weekend, but Secret Service says they do not anticipate a change to their security plans. The investigation into the shooting deepening. The FBI says 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks fired the shots that injured Trump and 2 other people and killed 1 man, 50-year-old Corey Comparator. Investigators believe Crooks acted alone with no criminal history or history of mental illness. The FBI looking through phone and computer records, talking to those who knew him, trying to determine a motive. 2 law enforcement sources tell ABC News the building where Crooks climbed to the roof and opened fire was the staging area for a local police tactical team there to watch over the crowd. It's unclear how Crooks gained access. The Secret Service is facing major questions of how Crooks was able to get so close to Trump. DHS Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas is promising an independent review. Now, in that announcement on Truth Social, Trump talked about Senator Vance's work in the Senate as a businessman and, of course, his book, Hillbilly Elegy. Mary Alice Parks, ABC News, Milwaukee.
Today, U.S. Representative District 27 Michael Cloud released this statement on the Trump assassination attempt. Quote, "This is a stark reminder that there is evil in our nation that must be countered and that we must rise above the voices that are at work seeking to foster hate and division," unquote. Here's your viewer poll this evening. Do you support President Trump's selection of Senator J.D. Vance as his running mate? Yes or no? 64% of our voters say yes, 36% say no. We thank you for voting and we want to hear your opinion. Come to crossroadstoday.com/vote to take part, and we will have an update on 25 News Now at 10. A federal judge dismissed the classified documents case against Donald Trump. In a ruling Monday, Judge Eileen Cannon said the appointment of the special counsel in the case, Jack Smith, violated the Constitution. Smith charged the former president of mishandling top secret documents after leaving the White House, accusing Trump of endangering national security. Judge Cannon implied in her ruling that the special counsel might be able to restructure the office's funding to satisfy her concerns. Shelters are commonly available for the general public in the event of a disaster, but local, state, and federal first responder personnel are often left out. That will soon be changing. Victoria County officials received funds supplied by the Hazard Mitigation Grant for a shelter to house first responders during and after a disaster. Similar to the safe room domes used for public use, the first responder shelter will be built to withstand the destructive winds associated with tornadoes and hurricanes. The shelter will be built near the Victoria Regional Airport. The job order will soon be put out to bid, and it's expected for completion sometime in 2026. Calhoun County residents who suffered losses from storms in May have 1 month left to apply for federal assistance. The deadline is August 15th. FEMA has provided over $176 million to Texas households. Calhoun County residents can go online to disasterassistance.gov and download the FEMA app for mobile devices. They can call the FEMA helpline at 800-621-3362 between 6 a.m. and 10 p.m. August 15th also is the deadline for submitting disaster loan applications to the Small Business Administration at sba.gov/disaster or by calling 800-659-2955. Workers will reduce Mockingbird Lane so crews can finish resurfacing. Drivers will see Mockingbird with 1 lane in each direction between John Stockbauer Drive and Loop 463 Tuesday. The construction is part of the 2024 Mill and Overlay project. Eagle Pass residents have mixed feelings about sharing their city with the National Guard. As part of Governor Greg Abbott's Operation Lone Star, Thousands of soldiers have been sent to the border, impacting Eagle Pass significantly. You can read this Texas Tribune article on our website, crossroadstoday.com. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Crossroads Today. Hit the like button and click the notification bell. Then you can see Crossroads Today on YouTube. Stay with us. AT&T call and text logs were exposed last week. Coming up on 25 News Now at 6, how to protect your phone from hackers. Also ahead, heat waves are impacting millions across the nation. Strategist is asking the full D.C. Circuit Court of Appeals to review his contempt of Congress conviction. Steve Bannon is currently serving a 4-month prison sentence for defying a congressional subpoena. He was found guilty of contempt for failing to comply with a subpoena by the House Select Committee investigating the January 6th Capitol riot. In court filings on Monday, Bannon's attorneys asked the federal appeals court to overturn a precedent that limited the defenses Bannon was able to use during his trial. AT&T call and text logs were exposed last week following a massive data breach. The company says the hack includes phone numbers of nearly all of its users. Experts say the hack is a good reminder to all cell phone users to keep your information safe.
Smartphones for almost everything: phone calls, emails, pictures, music, and even banking. So it's important to ensure our information is safe.
Everybody should be concerned about everything they do that's connected to the internet. You're creating a footprint of who you are.
Colin Walke, a cybersecurity partner at Hollis Stills law firm, says the recent hack of AT&T call and text logs shows how vulnerable all cell phone users are to their data being exposed.
We have gotten far too lax, and I think maybe this hack might have woken people up.
Walke says you should limit the amount of apps on your phone.
Every single app you download, you should seriously consider not downloading, because every one that you download, you're increasing the threat surface, the number of opportunities that an individual has to hack you.
Other tips include be cautious about what you're texting. Don't have embarrassing or sensitive photos on your phone. Don't store passwords for other accounts on your phone. Make sure the microphone feature is turned off on all apps. And don't allow applications to track your location. For Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
More than 100 million people are under heat alerts across the U.S. The Weather Prediction Center forecasts near record temperatures and high humidity for portions of the east Monday and Tuesday. In the central U.S., cities like Dallas, Little Rock, St. Louis, and Kansas City are all under heat alerts. Houston, while not under a heat advisory at this time, could have triple-digit heat indices sometime today. And as you well know, many residents there have been without air conditioning for nearly a week.
And good afternoon, everyone. Yes, the heat is definitely with us. What happened? Well, the clouds went away, the sun showed up, and it got a little bit warmer. 93 is our current temperature. Feels like 103, and 93 is actually the high for the day. But no, look at that, 94 is where we're supposed to be because it's July, right? And then after June, July, August, and September. We got a while to go before we get out of this. No rain in sight for the short term, but there is rain in sight later this week. We'll have all that coming up in a moment. Well, good afternoon, everyone. Hope you had a good weekend. You know, the clouds and the little rain showers we had last week really helped to keep us, remember, we had our temperatures in the upper 80s. That was pretty good. Well, today the sun finally showed up and then the temperatures went into the 90s. We actually had one little shower that popped up here a minute ago, but you can tell that the rest of the state is already dealing with the triple digits. There's no heat wave so much so for us, but there are some warm temperatures. Here's that little shower I was telling you about. It was rolling right up Highway 59, right about there, and it's still around, so it's still going, but it's that one little shower that we have whenever you have all this heating. I had predicted a big heat wave for our area for this week. Well, I'm going to have to pull that forecast back because the bubble, which I thought was going to be one continuous thing like that, kind of slipped a quickie on me, and it divided in two. And so here in the middle, if you've got a hill here and a hill here, you've got a trough here, and that trough is going to intensify or hang around. That by the time we get to Thursday, Friday, it'll be loose enough to give us a little bit of shower activity. So these two separate domes are actually splitting, allowing lower pressure to develop here, and that gives us a shot at getting those afternoon garden variety showers. Now, it'll be like last week. It's not severe, no big storms. In fact, it's really kind of funny how quiet we are. We don't have a heat advisory for tomorrow, but look at this. All the way from Louisiana to Chicago, that's where dome number 2 is. Dome number 1 is out west, dome number 2. And remember, everything stormy-wise has to travel around the periphery. This area is sinking and it does not allow any shower activity. So the big rain today is actually occurring up in Chicago and in portions of the Midwest. Well, the temperatures, these are the morning temperatures tomorrow morning. You can see it's rather muggy across the country. And these are the high temperatures for tomorrow afternoon. You can see how pretty much of Texas will be in triple digits. So will all of the western states. Down east, it's warm. Well, warmer than normal, but nothing like what we're familiar with. And the really strange thing is that the tropics are very quiet. In fact, we got about 7 days where we don't see anything really developing. A couple of easterly waves, but if they were to develop, could not get into this ridge of high pressure. So we're just going to say we're out of the tropical business for about a week, maybe a week and a half. Otherwise, you've got sunshine and some warm temperatures for tomorrow. Looking for a 93 in Port Lavaca with a few isolated showers during the afternoon hours. And then in Cuero, you're getting up to about 93 as well, with a couple of afternoon showers. Now, we'll get up into the mid-90s Wednesday, Thursday, but then things get a little bit more interesting as we get out of the heat bubble and we start picking up the tropical shower activity. This is what we had last week, garden variety stuff. You start off early in the morning. In the middle of the day, the clouds build up, and then we get a couple of rain showers during the afternoon. And temperatures will also get knocked down to the low 90s, so that'll be good. That's your 7-day forecast, reminding everybody we do have a QR code. That's a quick response code. Take a picture of that with your phone, and you can put Crossroads Today right on your cell phone. Don, back to you.
Mac, thank you. And Sports Director Max Williams is here, and he's talking baseball.
Yes, I am, Don. Victoria Northeast getting ready for regional. Sports reporter Ray Robinson is on the scene. That's coming up in sports.
You gonna tell me when I can go? Okay.
Fresh off a state victory and are getting ready for the regional tournament later this week. Sports reporter Ray Robinson is at Victoria East, where Northeast is practicing. Ray?
Thanks, Max. I am here with Coach Lucky and this great team for the Victoria Northeast Titans. They are getting ready to head to regionals. And, Coach, could you just tell me a little bit about what got you guys here to this point?
A lot of hard work, determination out of these boys, playing together as a team, just working hard every day, putting in the work probably 3 or 4 times a week. They're just baseball junkies.
Awesome, awesome. What does it mean for you to represent, and all of you guys to represent the city of Victoria and perform well in these high-stakes moments?
I mean, for us, being in Victoria, obviously it's a competitive area, so we like to be the best on the east side, right? Y'all agree?
Awesome, 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 awesome. Thank you. And, guys, regionals kick off on Thursday through the whole weekend. But that's it right now. I'm going to toss it back to you, Max. Reporting live at Victoria East High School, Ray Robinson, 25 News Now, Sports.
Thanks, Ray. Now from Little League over to the collegiate level, the Victoria Generals are trying to keep the good times rolling at home, coming in with a 14-3 record at Riverside. Trying to hold on to a 9-5 lead in the 8th inning, they call on Julio Garcia to come in and slam the door shut on the mound after the tying run stood on deck. And he did just that, wiggling out of trouble in the 8th and now finishing the job in the 9th. The Generals are on a 4-game winning streak. Next up, the Seguin River Monsters, who they have a lot of success against, but they know they must focus at the home stretch of the season approaches.
Against the Seguin, so looking forward to going out there and competing. We got a lot of team chemistry, got a lot of work coming in, and just doing the job.
This league, there's a lot of parity this year, and you can't take anyone lightly. Anybody can beat anybody on any day, and they got some new guys coming in over there. They're always going to be well coached over there, and you know, the second half group has always been well for them, and we hope we can do good with our second half guys and take it from them. We want to try and play our best ball here at the end of the season, rolling into the playoffs, and it's not that time yet. We still got about 12, 13 more games to play, but we're trending in the right direction.
They are off today before kicking off a stretch of 13 games in a row. They return home Thursday night. And last night, the Houston Astros select Walker Yannick with the 28th pick. The star catcher is Gregley Portland High School alum who went to Sam Houston State. He won the Buster Posey Award for Best Catcher in college baseball. And the Home Run Derby is tonight at Globe Life. Texas Adolis Garcia is taking part in trying to win in front of the home crowd. That's all in sports. Don, back to you.
Thanks, thank you, and we're back in a moment. Family and friends gathered to celebrate a big achievement in a 5-year-old girl's journey with cancer. Last September, 5-year-old Ellie Nelson was diagnosed with a rare form of inoperable brain cancer. Back then, she had just been granted a trip to Disney World by the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Now she's celebrating an even bigger milestone. After more than a year of aggressive chemotherapy, Ellie got to ring the bell, marking the end of her treatment. For now, the Nelsons are taking it day by day. That is just fantastic. Can you imagine a 5, 6-year-old girl going through something like that? I mean, my goodness.
Process like that, yeah.
Way to go, Ellie. Yeah, have some unicorns. All right. Hey, we have 5 locations where our hurricane tracking guide can be picked up. Go to crossroadstoday.com, click on Weather, Hurricane Tracker, and you'll see it on your right below Storm Prep 2024. And that is a very, very nice hurricane tracking guide, if I do say so myself.
I do. And you know, we want to thank Palace Bingo. Hey, let's go play B21. That's how I got started in broadcasting.
Is that right?
Really?
I-27.
Oh my gosh.
They're one of our sponsors, and they have a stack. They should have a stack of maps there to go by and pick one up. Anyway, folks, we're looking for very summer-like weather. 94 for tomorrow, 95 Wednesday, but then beginning Thursday, more likely Friday and Saturday, we have a good shot at getting some of those little garden variety afternoon showers, kind of like we had last week. So this will be good. No storms to deal with, and maybe some good rain to accompany all that stuff. Done?
And all the heat in between.
That's right. Can't rule that one out.
That's right. All right, Mac, thank you, and thanks for joining us. We'll see you tonight for 25 News Now at 10. Have a good evening, everybody.